you asked me what's a brilliant summertime recipe that you can make without firing up the oven, full of the good stuff, and is really affordable. So I've got a beautiful meal for you. This is bigging up tin chickpeas, a fantastic source of protein, one of your 5 fruit and veg a day, and a brilliant value product that you can do so much with. So we're gonna do flatbreads with homemade hummus, homemade slaw, feta cheese. This is a brilliant brunch, lunch, snack, and when you make this, you're gonna have a lot of fun doing it. Let's start with the homemade flatbreads. I've got a bag of spinach. I'm gonna take most of it and put it into a liquidizer. Now, you can use a food processor if you want. So the rest of the spinach I will put just over here, and we're gonna make a slaw out of this. We're gonna put in here 100 grams of yogurt. It gives it an amazing flavor. It makes it really fluffy. Have a nice little pinch of salt in there. Steal a little tablespoon of starchy water, and then we'll whiz it up. That's what we're gonna make the flatbread out of. Super simple, and it's gonna look really, really impressive. So literally 30 seconds, you turn it into this vivid green. I'm gonna use self-raising flour, okay? Now, self-raising flour is really helpful because it's got the raising agent in there already. I'm gonna use 200 grams to make a little well in the middle like that. So get all of that in. Now, of course, you don't have to do the spinach, but for me, using vegetables in unexpected ways is really, really interesting. Move it around. You can see the flour thickening it up, kind of turning a bit more doughy. You know, you can really use this in many, many ways, and that's why I love this recipe. Now, feel the dough. If it's a little too wet, then just add a little bit more flour. And what you want to have is a nice elastic dough that's not sticky when you touch it. I get rid of the fork now, give it a little knead just for 2 minutes, and that is the simplest dough ever. So we'll let that rest for a little bit. Now, in our dirty liquidizer, we're gonna make the hummus, right? So don't bother washing it up, that's just gonna waste time. In we go with a tin of chickpeas with about 80% of the liquid. So instead of using tahini, which you can use, of course, a better cheat is a non-sweetened tablespoon of peanut butter. It works really, really well. Tahini is incredible, but a lot more people have peanut butter hanging around the house. I'm gonna use lemon juice. If you've got a little box grater or a little grater like this, use the fine side just to put that lovely zest, use every last bit of flavor. So we're gonna go in with 1.5 lemon juice there. I want it to be fresh and zingy. Often you'll see garlic in a traditional hummus. This isn't traditional. A nice pinch of salt and a little pepper, drizzle of olive oil, and that's gonna be delicious. Have a little taste. Just check the lemon juice, very happy, and the seasoning, I'm very happy. And look at this, silken, gorgeous hummus. Often used as a dip. There's so much more you can do with it. It's fantastic with roasted meats. Obviously mezze, antipasti, that kind of vibe. If you wanted to, you could swap the chickpeas out for other tinned beans. Borlotti beans, cannellini beans, mixed beans. They're all incredibly cheap. Look at that, beautiful. Let's get on with the flatbread. Now, what I've got is a large pan on a medium-high heat. This is a low cook recipe. So thinking about nutrition, thinking about cost, this is under £1 a portion. Take this lovely dough, cut it in half into 4, like that. And then each one of these 4, you can roll into a little ball. Doesn't matter if you do it badly. Flour the board, push it out as much as you can. We're gonna make the best flatbreads. And the crispiness, the softness, the kind of mop-up ability of a homemade flatbread when you knock it out yourself, instead of reheating something else, is different gravy. So roll it out about sort of 4 millimeters, hot pan, that should cook in like 2 minutes, super quick. So what I love about this recipe is you turn the humble tin of chickpeas into something exciting. You turn a bag of spinach into something completely unexpected. So this is the only cooking that we're doing. It's fast, it's furious, it's fun, and we don't need the oven on. If you wanted to do this, by the way, on a barbecue, brilliant. You have a little stack of flatbreads and just do them to order as you're serving your guests. They'll love it. So there you go, flatbread's done. Easy, right? So let's now do a beautiful homemade slaw. So carrots, apples, tiny handful of spinach. So you could use a box grater, but if you want to kind of make it feel texturally more delicious, just peel and don't stop peeling, right? Then just gather up the carrot in little layers like a pack of cards. We're just going to slice it, and what you get is very elegant strips of carrot. Beautiful. I'm going to do the spinach next, and you can use kale, you can use white cabbage, red cabbage, So that little bit of spinach, beautiful. And then I'm gonna do the apples last. And we'll stack it up again, and it's taking that everyday apple and just making it a little bit more special. If you put a little lemon juice on the apple, that will stop it browning. So squeeze on the other half, that last half of lemon juice. And you could, of course, use lime juice, grapefruit juice, any citrus. A nice little pinch of salt, a little drizzle of olive oil. Dress this slaw. So let's put it together. I've got a lovely flatbread here, vivid green. I've got the homemade hummus here. If you like the stuff that's done for you already, this is gonna blow your mind. I like to make a little well in the middle, and then I hit it up with some of that amazing slaw, just like that. Beautiful. But feta cheese just crumbled on the top. Look at the colors. You know this is good for you, and it is good for you. And then I'll take a little bit of that lemon zest. Do you remember the lemon zest that might have gone in the bin, right? We took that off, and just having a little sort of sprinkle of that, I think is really, really nice. Just a little bit of olive oil, and optional, but a little bit of chili sauce for me makes my day. It's gonna make me very, very happy. Healthy, affordable, fun to make, and bigging up chickpeas. So that's a recipe just like you asked for. Tear it up, mop up the juices. It's so tasty. That hummus is so silky and delicious, and although it's not authentic, it is really, really good. So instead of mayonnaise, I'm gonna be using really good quality organic yogurt. I'm gonna get 4 big tablespoons. We've lost 90% of the sat fats. So we wanna still get that lovely Caesar salad vibe. A teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, half a teaspoon of English mustard. I just want 2 fillets of quality anchovies there, finely sliced. So we're gonna go in with a fine grater. These are really, really useful for getting off that beautiful zest off the lemon.
You want the juice of half a lemon. A tablespoon of good quality white wine vinegar, followed by 2 tablespoons of cold-pressed extra virgin olive oil.
Then we're gonna go with a classic flavor, which is Parmesan. Let's just mix this up. Let's have a taste. Simply, utterly delicious, okay? And in a funny way, if you did a taste test with mayonnaise and quality yogurt, I'm telling you, this is cleaner, more delicious and creamier. Next, veggies.
Slice up a whole romaine lettuce nice and finely. Then I'm adding some chicory, which gives a subtle bitterness that works really well with the Parmesan.
The humble cauliflower. Cut it in half. We'll put it into a mandolin. The best thing to do is use the guard, okay? Keeps the fingers away. Just put it through. Such an everyday vegetable, made beautiful simply by a piece of equipment.
Now you want a small red onion sliced up with a mandolin. Get stuck into mixing up the salad with that gorgeous dressing.
So salad looking great. We've got 2 breasts of chicken, about 120 grams. And then I want to just pick a little bit of rosemary. So just use your fist to tenderize it and flatten out the fat part of the breast. It's going to make it more tender. The anchovy tin, it's got some seasoning in there. So I'm just going to go 1 tablespoon.
We're using skinless chicken breast here, which reduces the fat content by about half compared to skin being left on. And we'll need about 4 minutes on each side.
And look at that. Oh! After all these years of cooking, I still get quite excited.
We want croutons. Cut about 1.5 centimetres thick slice of bread into cubes.
Just move them around and let them soak up all the natural fat that's cooking out of the chicken. Doing it in a dry pan like this, you're minimising that fat, you're giving a lot of flavour. The meat's looking great, just let it rest. It'll be much more juicy that way. And then the croutons, keep toasting them until the last minute. You want that hot crunch with the cold salad. It works so, so well.
Slice up the juicy chicken about 1 centimetre thick. Then load up your plate with the dressed salad and the hot, crispy croutons from the pan.
1 stroke of Parmesan, unbelievable. So there you go. It's still delicious, but it's half the calories of a regular Caesar salad. It's just beautiful and delicious. We are gonna make the best South American style brunch. It's very healthful, it's very colourful, it's perfect for the summer when you've got beautiful fresh ingredients. I'm gonna be heroing this ingredient here, quinoa. This is from Bolivia, Peru. This is one of the earliest cultivated grains on the planet, and it's kind of how you cook it. getting the textures right and how you dress it. And then you can use it generically, from sweet to savory, as a side dish, as a salad, as a kind of complementary part of any dish. You're gonna love it. So let me show you this brunch. Very, very nice. Let's start with the quinoa. We're gonna cover it in some water. We're gonna boil it sort of fairly hard. The seed will sort of swell, and then like a little kind of shoot will kind of cook out of it. It will take about 15 to 20 minutes to cook. Moving on, black beans. I want to go to kind of crispy. I want to kind of puff and crack it and puff it up. So we're going to go into a hot pan with a little olive oil. I'm just going to put a pinch of cumin. That little pinch there, that's what I love about cooking, man. The tiniest pinch in the world, right, is going to make all the difference. And just put enough black beans in there to fry. Would you like me to clean you? Come here. So let these beans fry a little bit, a little pinch of salt. As soon as they get crispy, we're going to turn that heat off. See how nice and light? They're almost like little peanuts, okay? Once they have got crispy, just put them to one side, like that. You can see the quinoa now just boiling away, and that's fine. It takes about 15, 20 minutes to cook. Okay, chilies. You can just chop them up by all means. Pop them into a little bowl. So a really nice pinch of salt. Then I'm going to cover that with a little bit of sugar, just to sweeten it lightly, and a little bit of vinegar. I'm just going to scrunch that around. Don't worry about the seeds. You can either remove those or just go with it. So I'm literally just going to toss that up. Also, it makes a fabulous chili vinegar, so you don't have to throw any of it away. Oh, by the way, let's talk about quinoa. It is basically low in fat. It's incredibly nutritious, high in iron. It's also high in zinc. It's gluten-free. So really, really good thing. In actual fact, you should really all try it. So the quinoa's had about 20 minutes to cook. You know when it's cooked, when you can just nick a bit, taste a bit. It should be soft and delicious. You can see it's kind of plumped up. We're going to drain that now. The residual heat, the steam, will also help to fluffen it up. Have a little look at it. You can see it's really plumped up. I'm going to lay that out on a tray. Look at that. So as it steams, it will start to kind of get fluffier. It will kind of become lighter, so it's nice and delicate. Olive oil, just a little. Little squeeze of lemon juice, little pinch of salt, and that's a really good basic quinoa. You can use it sweet or savory. You can use it as a side dish, as a salad. So, pan, on a low heat, couple of fried eggs. I like the way it's kind of crispy on the bottom and just soft and silky on the top. Gonna get that beautiful, nice little pile there. You can see how lovely and light that is. Look at that, very beautiful. Just on the side like that, and of course, I'm gonna just give it a little poke. A nice little pile of the crispy black beans here. Half an avocado. We've got some beautiful tomatoes here. So have a look down the markets, see what you've got available. Mint and coriander. Nice little wodge like that. These chilies, we'll take some of that, and this little vinegar here is gold dust. So we'll just put that over the avocado. Some spring onions do help the story. So there you go, guys, a beautiful brunch of quinoa, crispy black beans, all those wonderful summery things like tomatoes, spring onions, the jalapenos, the avocado. Really, really nice. And of course, because we haven't got enough chili in the story already, just a little bit of chili sauce, as well as a little drizzle of olive oil. There you go. Absolutely gorgeous. Something a bit different, and a little homage to our South American, Mexican brothers and sisters. Beautiful. If you've never tried it, have a go. Gorgeous char-grilled escalope of pork, amazing marinated new potatoes with beautiful super greens. It's a really gorgeous, healthy dish. I think you're gonna love it. So, let's do it. I've got some lovely free-range pork here. It's one of the more affordable, high-welfare meats. It's low in saturated fat, which is good. It's quite lean. I want to show you a way of tenderizing the meat. So, just get yourself a little bit of greaseproof paper. Just going to put this over like this. Give it a nice little bash up. It's tenderized it, and it's also allowed it to cook quicker. It's going to be great. I'm going to flavour it very simply. I am using my pestle and mortar. I'm going to go in with some thyme, but you could use rosemary or any other woody herb. I'm going to go in with a little salt and a little pepper. Got a clove of garlic here as well, and I'm just going to bash that up. And then just a little olive oil, tablespoon. 4 little scrapes of lemon zest. So that we're just going to put onto our pork. Have a little bit of a rub up. That's mega flavour right there. Just a little portion there, very nice. Okay, next up. I've got some lovely new potatoes here, per person, sort of 4 or 5, about 100 grams. New potatoes are great. All the vitamin C is in the skin. So boil the water first, and then plop those potatoes in. I've got a bunch of mint here. The stalks, that goes into the water. That starts to get absorbed in there straight away. Very, very nice. What I'm going to do, guys, is a really, really simple dressing. I only need literally half a lemon for this, and squeeze that into our bowl. This mint here, the centre leaves are like kind of beautiful. They're more like a kind of salad leaf. Pick those out, and then just rip the bigger leaves off, and I'll put them into the dressing. Half a chilli, beautiful. And then just 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, pecorino, just literally 20 grams in there, and that'll season it instead of salt. It's going to be gorgeous. So, let's talk about the beautiful veggies. I'm using frozen peas because they're picked and frozen so quickly, so they're full of nutrients. It's delicious. This is 80 grams of sprouting broccoli. That's 1 of your 5 a day. Then 80 grams of frozen peas goes in. That's 1 of your 5 a day. And your broad beans as well. We are looking good, guys. Here's the really cool thing about nutrition. Let's say the peas and broad beans. They're really high in vitamin K. Great for your bone health, nice strong bones, and really good for your blood health as well. Okay, they're fat-soluble nutrients. This is geeky, but wait for it. So a little bit of olive oil in the dressing that makes them taste delicious also helps you absorb more of that goodness. And then you've got vitamin C in the potatoes and the veggies as well, and that needs acid. The lemon juice helps you absorb more vitamin C. So basically what I'm telling you guys is a lovely dressing, you know, in moderation, which this is, on your salad or your veggies is a really, really healthy, good thing, and it makes your food taste better. Boom. Now, this only needs 2 minutes cooking. I'm going to drain this. This griddle pan is nice and hot. We've got no oil on this griddle pan at all. Completely dry, okay? This is lightly oiled, okay? That's all you need. So we go in with our pork into the pan, push it down so it gets the benefits of those beautiful bar marks. Fantastic. That's going to take a minute each side. So I'm going to put my veggies into this bowl. I'm going to remove the mint stalks. That, my friends, as a salad in its own right, is a beautiful thing. Just dress them up now. Really, 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 really nice. Gorgeous colours. Just very, very beautiful. Now, we do not want to overcook this pork, okay? So now, look, have a look at this. We've got lovely charring there. We'll move it to the other side, 1 minute maximum. The pork is done. Look how juicy that still is. So we just lay that on top. And some of those lovely little mint leaves over the top. And then last but not least, we only put 20 grams of pecorino in to dress and season those veggies. So you can do a little bit over the top. The pecorino works so well with those lovely veggies. Look at that. Wowzers. Juicy, still charred. The mint, chili, pecorino and the lemon just makes the pork work so well. Guys, hope you're well. Okay, we are doing jam jar salads. This is the principle that in your working days at work, you could be only having delicious, healthy food. We want to have all the elements of a balanced plate. So also we want to get it there. You know, if you put the dressing at the top, it's going to make everything soggy. So there's a kind of order that we can do. Lovely, complex carbohydrates. Dressing and dairy, 2 or 3 of your 5 fruit and veg a day. Yes, this is good stuff. Proteins, we've got nuts. They're completely nutritionally balanced. We have an Italian one. We've got an Indian one here. Crunchy poppadoms at the top. Always crunchy things at the top and wet things like the dressing down at the bottom so it doesn't kind of go soggy. We want that. We've got a Moroccan one. All of these things that I'm going to talk about are under 600 calories. So I'm going to do a British inspired one. The glass is beautiful. Also, you've got Tupperware and plastic stuff here. So first up, carbs. Now you can swap this out for rice, whole wheat couscous, pasta, you name it. About 75 grams of any carb. Pearl barley is great because it's very, very British. It's going to release energy nice and slowly, so it's going to keep you full up for longer. Next up, beets. These are raw. Just give them a wash, grate them. You get amazing colour. The whole point of these jam jar salads is that it shouldn't take any more than about 3 minutes to put together. Just grab and go. So in with our beets at the bottom, so it's not going to colour anything else underneath it other than the pearl barley. We need to do a dressing now. Extra virgin olive oil. Don't forget, it's 120 calories per tablespoon, okay? Now, I know you're hearing that from me, who loves extra virgin olive oil, but then we're gonna go zero fat organic yogurt. 2 tablespoons. As it's zero fat, it's kind of giving you the ability to use the extra virgin olive oil, and a quality one at that. We want it to be purely beautiful and balanced and healthy. We want a pinch of salt and pepper, a nice heaped teaspoon of grated horseradish from the jar, a little squeeze of lemon juice, just to give it a nice little zing. It's really, really good. We can put a few more beets in there. Spinach, watercress, very, very British. Then we can go in with our protein. This is top side of beef, so it's really lean. About 70, 80 grams is perfect. A little bit more spinach and watercress, really pack that in. A lovely red apple, that will go brown. And a way to fix it is just a little squeeze of lemon juice and give it a little toss around. You can see even that little bit of beetroot. Look at how that's changed the colour straight